We have news to break down, but before we go, there's somebody we need to talk about, and that is the. We start our conversation speaking of the man of the hour, the man with the power, too sweet to be sour. I'm the sensation of the nation, the number one creation. That man is Eldridge Wayne Coleman, aka the woman's pet, the men's regret. What you see is what you get, what you don't see is better yet. Yesterday, we got the news that unfortunately, the first heel WWE champion in WWE history, Superstar Billy Graham, passed away at the age of 79. The superstar had been on life support the last couple of weeks, the last couple of days, and unfortunately, his family had to make the unenviable decision to pull the plug. And though Superstar is no longer in pain, it is something that will leave a very big hole in the hearts of his family and friends and fans. Superstar Billy Graham is unquestionably somebody that inspired a legacy and a lineage within the wrestling business, and is somebody that will be sorely missed. Thank you for all you did for the wrestling business, Superstar, because without you, there's a lot of people that would not be within the ranks of the wrestling business or have had the success in this business that they had because of the legacy that you started. The legacy that you started and the style that you portrayed. One more quote from the Superstar, and that is, I lift barbell plates, I eat T-bone steaks, I'm sweeter than a German chocolate cake, how much more of me can you take? Ain't nothing better than the Superstar. Superstar Billy Graham inspired Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Jesse the Body Ventura, Dusty Rhodes, and so many more. Superstar shocked the wrestling world in 1977 when he was able to finally dethrone the then WWF World Champion Bruno Sammartino for the WWF title. Superstar would hold the championship for the better part of the next year, or a little over the next year, and then would proceed to drop the title to Bob Backlund. And though things would, for lack of a better word, never be the same within the ranks of the WWE for the Superstar, his career would not end there, as he would then make his way over to Crockett Promotions and make things happen with Jim Crockett Promotions. For a couple years before making his return to the WWF. Unfortunately, Superstar would be one of those people, alongside Bruno Sammartino, that really lost touch with the WWE after the prime of his career and never really caught back on. Superstar, I believe, was one of the guest hosts. He was one of the guest hosts during the guest host era in WWE. But the legacy that he leaves behind is unquestionably untouchable from the perspective of anybody else. And all I have to say is thank you, Superstar, for all you did. and the legacy that you leave behind. Because without you, we wouldn't be where we are as Farmers Promo work. Because you set the stage, my friend. You set the stage. We will get to AEW Collision probably in the next video, but we step over and we move to WWE and the conversation with Roman Reigns, as in a recent news video, I believe it was yesterday. The last news video that we did, whenever that was, where the discussion prompted the conversation of Roman Reigns possibly being featured on an upcoming live event on the 20th, actually this Saturday, in Fayetteville, North Carolina. But the problem is, at this point right now, it seems as though Roman Reigns will not be featured on that live event, as it was a mistaken advertisement, and Roman Reigns is actually not to be featured on that live event, as this was a question of what was going to happen, considering the fact that Roman Reigns is also advertised for the upcoming premium live events, and that Roman will actually be featured will actually have less dates upcoming rather than more dates upcoming. So that is a question of what is actually going to happen with Roman Reigns, because the reality of the situation is Roman is not in a position where Roman Reigns will be featured more. If anything, he will be featured less, and WWE is actually going to offer out refunds to the fans that were out expecting that Roman was going to be a part of the show this weekend, but is not, as incorrect advertisement and promotion were put in place dictating that Roman would be there over the weekend. So, again, if you are looking for Roman Reigns to be there this weekend, he is not going to be there this weekend. And WWE did apologize for that mistake. But the fact of the matter is, you can. I think they're offering out refunds up until about 2 hours before the event. But, it's not a surprise. It's unfortunate, but it's not a surprise. Now, if we look over, PW Insider has also been putting out internal updates within the ranks of WWE as far as where the roster stands after the draft. And basically, there were some interesting notes. We already went through the men's side of the roster a couple of weeks ago, and they've went through both the tag team and the women's side of the roster as well, with the question being as far as what the women's side of the roster has to offer. And two people that stuck out, at least on the SmackDown, on the Raw side, or no, SmackDown side, I believe. I could be wrong. I'm not really sure which side they're on, to be honest with you. But Zoey Stark and Piper Niven are two people that stuck out for me. I believe they're both on the Raw side. I could be wrong. If I am wrong, I do apologize. But Zoey Stark has started a mini feud, sort of, with Candice LeRae. Piper Niven has really shown I want to say a different side after coming back as Piper Niven at the Royal Rumble. But Zoey Stark and Piper Niven, in my opinion, with the draft and how things are now, I think both those women have shown tremendous potential within the ranks of WWE, or show tremendous potential within the ranks of WWE after the draft, and have every possibility of becoming two people that could be the top flight stars within the ranks of the company over the next couple of months, or over the next year or so, if given the proper opportunity. And I think if Zoey Stark is in fact going to be feuding with Candice LeRae, that is not just good for Zoey Stark, who is new to the main roster, but also good for Candice LeRae, who has really not been able to get any momentum going for herself since starting on the main roster. I was starting back with the company last year. With that being said, though, that is it for the news. And again, I just want to say a proper rest in peace to superstar Billy Graham. Condolences. I send my deepest condolences to his family, friends, and fans. And there are some people that have untouchable legacies, and Superstar is one of those people. I will see you in the next news video.